I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
As you can see, the big boat is there. And the small boat is coming up now. This small boat that coming right here, as you can see, is taking the people from the big boat, bring them in to go to vote, and then they will leave after the finished vote. So is this right for a country that people who not really living here, don't invest here, come in illegal in the country because they don't going through no immigration, so they're coming in illegal, vote, and then take out themselves after the election. I think the independent candidate is right here and want to say a word. I want to get a vote one time as they're speaking. Yeah, you could talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, Dominica. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to everybody viewing this all over the world. I want to specifically talk to Fidel Grant. I know you're watching. I know you're watching. I'm an independent candidate. If you knew you didn't do it properly, if you didn't do it properly in the constituency, you are not referred to this. Look at that over there. Is this what Dominica money is spending to do? To bring in people in Dominica to vote for them? Tell me, Fidel Grant, you're going up against me. And you know you could never beat me. You know you could never beat me. And look at what you're doing.
Hello and good afternoon, and particularly to my dear friends and beloved friends of the judiciary of the OES states, and particularly on the defunct and getting ready to disintegrate island nation state of Dominica, and to all of the former slaves of the British, of the French, of the Spanish, and of the Dutch, who have been so brainwashed and neo-colonialized that for over a century or half a century you have not been able to tell yourself who you are, and what you stand for. I am the person who goes by the nom de gré Pope Peter Emmanuel I. I am the person who goes by the nom de gré Francois Macandal, and I assume the leadership of the Sub-Commandante Zero of the avenging army of Francois Macandal, an army that was come to rise again and to avenge the atrocities that were committed against our people. I trust that this recording and this video is working okay. In my last one, I had not connected the headphone and the computer itself. The microphone was not picking up the audio properly. And today I want to make a short comment. But as you know, I am not short. I cannot say anything briefly or write anything briefly. It's the same way like when I have sex. When I have sex, it's a marathon. It's for half a day. It's for half a night. It's for 6 hours until the woman says that she is tired. So I'm not short-winded. What did I come to say to you today? In the preview leading up to my monologue are the actions that is taking place on the island of Dominica today, wherein the Right Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt have chartered numerous planes to bring people into Dominica to vote in the election. We're even told that a major boat has pulled off the coast of Wesley. And I believe I recognize the voice of the narrator. And I am not going to say who he is. But what I'm going to say is that Wesley does not have a port of entry. There is nothing wrong with citizens who are living outside of their country voting in an election in their country. I remember when the United States liberated Iraq and brought democracy to Iraq, and Iraq had their first elections. They had polling boxes right here in the United States of America. So if you want foreign people to vote in the election, you can put a ballot box in St. Martin. You can put one in St. Thomas. You can put one in Miami. You can put one in Houston. And that would be way cheaper than chartering planes and flying people to the island to vote. Secondly, I heard Skerritt say that he may not be there to see you to the end of the journey. And it is what I had said before. Skerritt is not well. Skerritt is ill. You can look at his face and you can look at the black patches developing on his face. That Skerritt is suffering from a terminal illness. It's not that he's going to live voluntarily. It is because the ancestors have decided to call him home. And that's why he's saying to you, I may not be there to see you to the end of the journey. Because he knows that he either have prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer, or all of the deadly cancers that you cannot survive. But I want to send a special message to Thomas Fontaine and to all those other people. All of you are ignorant anyway. None of you, from Eugenia to Patrick, maybe Edward Liebland was the only person who tried. Because when he came at that time, it was pure colonialism. And he stood in front of the British vampire Queen Elizabeth and the Dracula, the Duke of Edinburgh. And he said, black power. And so I come to you today. I come to you in the words and in the times of Chairman Mao Zedong. And you cannot ignore Chairman Mao. Chairman Mao said that China would take a great leap forward. And during that period, millions of Chinese people died. But Chairman Mao united China. And today China is a great power. And China has taken the great leap forward. And the West want to tell you that China is the largest economy in the world. But China is the first economy in the world. So what is my message? Does power flow from the ballot? Or does power flow from the barrel of a gun? And Chairman Mao is the one that said that power flows from the barrel of a gun. My people, we and the Macandalis, we the followers of Faso Macandal and the believers of the Voodoo movement, we do not believe in violence. We do not believe in violence, and still the oppression have gotten so strong upon us that we have no other choice but to fight. And as I have said before, and I will continue to say, no state in the world today, not in the United States of America, not in France, not in Britain, not in Germany, not even in Russia, has a monopoly on the use of force. You have seen the people of China. They said enough is enough. And they tore down the barricades. And they say we are not going to be secluded and isolated because of COVID. That's enough is enough. We have seen in Iran that enough people have rose up that they have become a threat to the Islamic establishment. And the Islamic establishment now have to adapt to the will of the people. So I come to you today and I put the question to you. Is it the ballot or is it the bullet? And Malcolm X said it, and I am just repeating the words of Malcolm. It is the bullet or the ballot box. It is the ballot box or the bullet. Is power going to flow from the ballot box, or is power going to flow from the force of arms, from the barrel of a gun? This is going to be the question. Will power flow from the barrel of a gun or from the ballot box? My dear people of Dominica, members of the opposition, and those who do not agree with gripe, with graft and theft and corruption, you have the support and the blessing of the Holy Church of Voodoo, the Voodoo Warrior Masters, the God Electronic Army, and the Avenging Army of Francois Macandal, of which I am the self-appointed leader. I am not calling for violence. I am not calling for you to take up arms. I am not calling for you to take up arms and for you to go for the barrel of the gun instead of the ballot box. But there comes a time when enough is enough. And if the time should come that you must turn to the barrel of a gun, then that is what you must do. And if that said, my dear friend is trying to reach me on WhatsApp because he wants to know if I have lost it all and what is going on. But nothing is going on. This is Pope Emmanuel. This is normal. So I'm telling you, in the time of peace, you must prepare for war. In the time of peace. And very soon we have to make a decision whether power is going to flow from the ballot or from the barrel of a gun. And I must tell you, Mao Zedong succeeded in his revolution, and his ideology was that power flows from the barrel of a gun. But yet, we in the Voodoo movement, we call for peace. We are peaceful people, and we don't advocate violence, and we don't say to go and to have an insurrection and to attempt a military coup. But if need be, when the time comes, we will give you our blessings, our rights, and the permission. May the spirit of Francois Macandal, ever loving, ever peaceful, ever humble in the fight to defeat Napoleon, be with you. Mr. Fontaine, you have our blessing and our wishes, and you have our protection. Know that our Lord, who is me, and who is representative of Macandal, is with you. A luta continua. Resistance, luta, struggle, fight, victory. Resistance, a luta, la lucha, victoria. Resistance, fight, struggle to the path of victory. A luta continua. A luta continua. A luta continua until victoria, victory shall be given to the warriors. Long live Samora Machel. Long live Patrice Lumumba. Long live Fidel Castro Ruz. Long live Vladimir Lenin. Long live Vladimir Putin. Long live Patrice Lumumba. Long live Nkrumah. Long live Jerry Rawlings. Long live all the freedom fighters. Long live Julius Malema, the new leader of the new South African Revolution, and luta continua. Long live Robert Mugabe! Long live Robert Mugabe! Death to the colonials! Death to the colonialists! Victory to our people!
I don't want peace. I want problems always.